Margaret.
This is Colleen.
And we're the Cousins Weird. And we're virtual because Margaret's sick.
So we
Again.
We're doing it over. See, that's the beauty of technology, right?
I'm coughing a little and I'm snotty and my brain is a little foggy, but I'm coming in and I'm trying to be as strong as I can here. I'm fading fast. Anyway, this is Terrible Trend number 28?
8, yes.
Is it 28?
It is 28.
Oh
Woo!
my god. Crazy. And I have not a gross trend, but...
What? I said hurry up.
I know. This trend, we're calling this episode Cocaine to Ease Your Pain.
Oh, jeez. I like that title.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was fun. Okay, so let's just get into this today. Okay,
yes.
It's native to the Andes Mountains. The leaves of the coca plant. It's a shrub. It's very innocuous looking. It looks like just like a regular little shrub. They have been chewed and used for their stimulating properties since 3000 BCE. Forever.
Right, forever.
Right, and I mean the native peoples of the Andes chewed it all the time. And that's one thing the conquistadors, actually the Catholic Church outlawed cocaine after the conquistadors discovered, I'm using that in parentheses, you can't discover country that people live on, because they obviously discovered it before you did. But anyway, when they found it, it was new to them, and the Catholic Church outlawed the use of cocaine, because it's stimulating and it makes you feel good, so it must be bad. And that quickly, they didn't stop them. They were like, man, this stuff makes me feel awesome. We're going to bring this back with us. But in the 1800s, the cocoa leaves were finally being distilled. And they started to, it was hard for them when they were trying to bring them back to Europe. They would have to dry the leaves and try to transport them. But ships are not dry. Obviously, they're floating on water. So if any water got on any of the leaves, they would quickly mold. So it was hard to actually get the leaves back to America for people to try. But in the 1800s, when they started to discover the distillation, they were getting better at distilling things, whiskey and all that started in the 1700s and earlier. They started to distill the leaves of the coca plant, and lots of people started to experiment with this. They were found to have pain relieving properties as well as being a stimulant. It started being used as a topical anesthetic during eye surgeries, which they still do. Use a distillate of cocaine in eye surgeries now. Isn't that crazy? Because it's numbing. Yep, it's a topical anesthetic. And they also were using it during dental procedures. So, if you're going to get some dental work done, we're going to give you some cocaine first, right in your tooth.
It.
Yeah.
Novocaine, yeah.
Yeah. Some patented medicines made from the coca leaf were Lloyd's cocaine toothache drops. And these were marketed as safe for child use.
Oh,
so your child has a
give our
toothache.
Children.
Cocaine. I mean, it didn't work for pain relief, but it also is a stimulant. So do you really want to give that to your children?
No. What?
Another one was Roger's cocaine pile remedy. You know what piles are?
Like hemorrhoids?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And it would shrink hemorrhoids and relieve pain, and this was applied in suppository form. So they would make a cocaine suppository and shove it up your bum.
Listen, people probably do that right now to get high on.
They would. I wouldn't doubt it. Dr. William Stewart Halsted started experimenting with cocaine and became addicted. Because,
well, yeah.
That's what happens with cocaine.
That's what happens with cocaine.
He was eventually sent to Butler Hospital in Providence, Rhode Island for treatment. And do you know at the time what the current treatment for addiction was?
No.
They would inject large doses of morphine in you, because, you have a cocaine addiction, let's give you a morphine addiction as well, because, that'll help.
Let's add another thing to it.
Yeah. So, in this time, cocaine-based tonics were becoming extremely popular. So people are like, let's take this plant and we'll put it in stuff and market it as it's exhilarating. People will love it. They'll become addicted to it and have to buy it all the time. One such tonic sounds so disgusting. It was the coca beef tonic. like cow, beef. And it was a substitute for meat.
Oh.
Like, if you're hungry, you can't afford a steak, just get this coca beef tonic and drink it. Because it'll fill you up and give you a stimulating... And it contained 23% alcohol.
Jesus.
And beef. It had beef in it.
Ugh. That's
yeah.
so gross.
It was an alcoholic beef drink with cocaine. Can you imagine?
Like cocaine broth.
Basically,
cocaine alcohol broth.
Alcoholic. Like, who, like, thought it up, and then who freaking bought it? Like, yuck.
Someone must have.
A man by the name of Angelo Mariani added coca leaves to wine, because the alcohol content in the wine would extract the cocaine out of the leaves really well. He made a fortune off this beverage. It was called Vin Mariani. It was 10% alcohol and 8% cocaine.
Oh, good.
Yeah. There were some famous people who enjoyed this beverage.
I'm sure.
Arthur Conan Doyle, Jules Verne, Alexander Dumas, Queen Victoria, is crude, the Popes Leo XIII and Pius X.
I mean, it's wine, Margaret.
Yeah, Thomas Edison and Ulysses Grant. I know Sigmund Freud was a big promoter of cocaine as well. And a fun fact, the author Robert Louis Stevenson wrote Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde while on a cocaine binge, and he wrote the book in 6 days, and he didn't sleep or eat anything in the 6 days while he wrote this book. And it's known that the book is a euphemism for cocaine addiction. So
I knew that. I've heard that
isn't that
That's
great?
kind of cool.
Oh, also the popular common drink of Coca-Cola was also started as coke.
Yes, it had cocaine in it. Yeah, it made it addicting.
Yes, and I have a fun bonus episode for our Patreons about that. So
about Coke?
It's about Coca-Cola, because honestly, my favorite soda is Coca-Cola. And I don't drink it very often, but when I'm craving a carbonated sweet beverage, I grab a Coca-Cola, because something about how Coke, especially cherry Coke or vanilla Coke.
Yeah.
My favorite of
I like Coke is alright. My favorite soda is ginger ale.
I do like ginger ale. But for cola,
refreshing.
I don't know, Coke is my favorite, like, soda. Cream soda, too. A&W cream soda. Holy yummy.
I don't like cream soda.
Oh,
I like nuts.
I like A&W root beer, too.
I love root beer. Oh, yeah.
I like root beer, but A&W is the best because it has vanilla and it's like that real vanilla in it.
I want some right now. I want my own glass of frosty cold root beer.
Oh, yeah.
And some cocaine.
And cocaine on the side. But yeah, so that is my episode. I mean, obviously, they realized in the 1900s. Yeah, like how addictive cocaine was, and they stopped putting it in everything.
How unethical it is to put it in a product.
Yes.
But let's just talk about something. McDonald's, Burger King, all these, they put high fructose corn syrup in everything because it's addictive.
It is.
High fructose corn syrup is being used not because it's just cheap, because it physically you become addicted to it and your body craves it. So these unethical corporations are using it to make us, like, they put high fructose corn syrup in their roll buns, in their burgers, in their French fries. It's in everything.
Oh, yeah.
So that people become addicted, and they that's why you crave it, because you're like, oh my god, I need that, because you were addicted to high fructose corn. So really, that's unethical too.
It is.
And I know it's not as dangerous as cocaine, but it isn't good for your body.
It's dangerous in its own respect, because you have diabetes and obesity, and, it's bad for your heart and your triglycerides.
Yeah, and it's just yucky. If you look at what it looks like, it's gross. Why would you want that? I try not to have any of it. Well, I haven't had any for a long time, but before even I stopped having sugars and stuff, I tried not to buy things with it because it's so awful for you. I think that high fructose corn syrup is the cocaine of our lifetime.
I would agree.
To addiction and, like, being used to sell products and stuff. Because
even stuff that's caffeinated says caffeine in the milligrams right now. So there's caffeine in it. where if you don't necessarily look at the ingredients of a product, you won't know if there's corn syrup in it.
And really, if you do look at the ingredients, look how high up so the things that are listed first are the most, right?
Right.
In the product. Look how high up high fructose corn syrup is. It's usually in the first 3 ingredients listed.
And water, you can't count.
No.
You can't count water. Don't count it. It doesn't count. It's nothing.
Even when you're trying to buy yourself some pickled beets.
You
You can find them on the regular store without high fructose corn syrup? No, you can't.
You know where you can find them? You know where you can find them?
Store.
In my dad's basement. They have a whole bunch of pickled beets that are...
I can't have them right now. I can't have beets.
They're too high in sugar. Yeah.
I might try to introduce them back in because I did the sweet potatoes and those didn't give me problems. So maybe. I love beets. If I can have beets and sweet potatoes, I'll be thrilled.
Definitely. Very
anyway,
good. So that's my cocaine story. How we used to use cocaine for all kinds of stuff and additives.
At first I get it. Like, I get it. It helps with pain. It solves some problems. I get why people used it, but the addiction side, when they realized it caused an addiction and started making products with it, that's when it got...
Or let's say I'm addicted to cocaine. I'm going to go to this hospital. It says, help me. Oh, we'll just inject you with a bunch of morphine. That'll help.
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
Now you're addicted to cocaine and morphine.
Exactly.
But honestly, they started, cocaine became popular because people were looking for an alternative to morphine because they were using morphine so much, during the Civil War, for pain for these soldiers, and they were becoming addicts, and they're like, what else can we find that helps reduce pain? Like, oh my god, this plant. But you know what? Morphine comes from poppies, so it's like...
Opioid.
Yeah.
Which is still an epidemic in our country.
And it's funny, they knew it back in the freaking 1700s. And
look how we're still using it.
And the pharmaceutical companies love it because, we'll charge a ton of money for it, and then people become addicted, and then they'll have to pay it.
Yeah, and
more money for them. Assholes.
Look at the deaths surrounding the addiction.
Oh, I know. Awful.
There's some people that had a toothache and they had a tooth pulled, and they were prescribing it in the early 2000s, late 90s, 2000s, like crazy for everything. I pulled a muscle. Here's an Oxycontin. Like, they were prescribing like crazy.
I feel fortunate that anytime I've ever been prescribed anything with opiates in it, I hate it. It makes me feel sick. It makes me constipated. I can't stand it. I just hate the way it makes me feel. I feel like the room is spinning, but I get dizzy anyway. So if I take any of that, I feel awful, like shit. So I'm like, I'll just give me Tylenol and ibuprofen.
That's what, after my neck surgery, they prescribed me Oxy, obviously, because they do for big major surgery and stuff. I took it once and I was like, I can't do it. I feel horrible. I don't like it. So I took naproxen, which is Aleve,
right?
And with prescription Aleve, and then I took a muscle relaxer because my muscles were so tight, and then gabapentin for nerve pain. But none of those are narcotics, So right. I can't take a narcotic. I remember one time that the doctor prescribed me cold medicine with codeine, I think it was, in it.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible. I went to a coma. It was awful. No, I'm never taking... that stuff scares the shit out of me. I'm too much of a wimp. I can't do it. Scary.
I did take NyQuil last night before I went to bed because the night.
I like a little NyQuil.
I do.
I like a little Benadryl.
I like a little Dayquil too.
Yeah.
Give me the Dayquil, and then give me the NyQuil at night. And I slept great last night, so I still felt like shit when I woke up, but at least I slept.
You got some sleep. Your body heals in the sleep, so it's good.
Yes. All right, so we are going to be at AnchorCon in August 20th and the 21st. We're going to have a live show at 3 o'clock on the 20th, which is Saturday. We have room for 30 people in the room to see us, our live show. So, buy tickets and come see us. It'll be awesome.
The link to buy the tickets is on our Facebook page, so follow us on Facebook and Instagram. You'll find it there. And then you'll always know when we post an episode. And if you subscribe to us on the platform of your choice, you'll never miss one of our episodes. So you should really subscribe and like our episodes. The best way to support us is through sharing our episodes and us with your friends. So tell everyone you know about us, because that gets us out there to the world.
Yes. Join our Patreon.
Yay!
Especially here, our first Patreon bonus episode is going live as well, probably Thursday, same day this is going up. So if you'd like to listen to that, head on over to our Patreon page and subscribe to that.
Patreon.com/Thecousinsweird.
It is a sister episode to the episode you just heard. So if you'd like to hear a little bit more about the brand Coca-Cola and where it started and whatnot, head over there. $1 a month makes you a freaky friend, and you get a free sticker, and you get access to all the bonus episodes. But if you want to be a terrible trender, that's $5 a month, and it gets you bonus episodes, the sticker, plus a free yearly gift, and access to ad-free episodes, and a monthly chat with Polly and I.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
It'll be fun. You should do it. That's a wrap.
Alright. Stay freaky.
Bye. Bye.